Welcome to today's virtual lesson. Today you're going to be making a dichotomous key, but I want to give you guys a set of directions on how to guide you. Before I get started though, make sure you watch the What is a Dichotomous Key video. Next, what I want you to do is, if you have questions on kind of how it works, why it works, okay, I did put a couple of links down below, so whether it was a link to play 20 questions or guess who, but I also put links to other dichotomous keys as a guide for you online. So take a look if you're confused. If you're not, you're ready to go to today's project assignment. Okay, it might take you a little bit of time, and I want you to spend some time actually giving it some thought. So what you're going to do is you're going to identify 5 or more organisms that you want to use for your dichotomous key. Right, so 5 or more. So you can do 6, you can do 7. Now, I'm going to allow it to have 2 challenges here. So for 1, you can choose any animal. So if you really want to, you can do safari animals. So you might have a rhino and a giraffe and a lion, and then obviously 2 more. Okay, it could be, animals that are organisms that are from the ocean, or it can be freshwater, or it could be a mixture of both. So when you're doing this, what you're going to do is you need to put those images up, and I don't care if you draw them, you could put them on paper. If you want to create a Google slide or a Google document, by all means, I'll allow you to do that. Just make sure you're putting those images from online onto that same page. And then you need to create either a question that has a yes or no answer, or a set of statements, so 2 statements, that's going to narrow it down. So what I want to be able to do is, if I look at your assignment, if I decide to choose one of those organisms out of your 5 or more, I'm going to be able to go through all the questions and identify what that organism is. And you can come up with names. You can be like Larry the lion if you really want to. Now, here's the challenge to you. Okay? So beyond the 5 or 6 organisms that you create or you chose, if you want to go for more points, so that assignment's going to be out of 15 points. So whether you draw it, whether you put it online and share it with me, or you can go for 25 points. And what I mean by that is, if you did this first part, 15 out of 15, great. If you want a little bit more weight in your gradebook, I'm going to give you a chance to get up to 25 points. The way to do that is all the organisms you choose need to be similar. So maybe they're all from the same kind of family or similar species, such as 5 or 6 different types of snakes, or maybe 5 or 6 different types of fresh turtles, so like freshwater turtles. Maybe it's 5 or 6 different types of dogs. All right, so hopefully you're getting the idea. If you're just striving for the 15 points, great, but if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead. Now, keep in mind, not all the questions need to be physical. So say, for example, we're choosing dogs, right? So maybe the first question might be, this animal needs a lot of space because it's very energetic, right? So maybe I'm a person looking for a dog for my apartment, or looking for one for my house, and I've got a lot of land and a farmland, right? It might actually help narrow it down. So it might be more than the physical traits. You might actually have to dig in deep, do some research into what is the difference between different animals, different organisms, whether they're water again, or whether they're land, whether they live in a jungle. Maybe it's, the questions or statements like this one, lives in a very hot and dry environment. Maybe this one definitely doesn't. It lives in a very tropical region. Okay, so again, for directions, you need 5 or 6 different organisms. They need to be living, okay, for this assignment. You need the picture, and you need set of statements or questions that guide me to understanding what the name is of all of them. The challenge, they need to be all 5 or 6 organisms, need to be from the same family or kind of close or similar species, and again, that'll get you 25 out of 25. If you have questions, look at some of the examples below. These are different ones from online, but it'll give you a good idea what to expect. If you have any other questions, I'll show you some in class as well. All right, thanks, good luck, and the challenge is yours.